Okay, today we're going to set up the word problems for systems and then also solve them. So just like yesterday, we're going to define the variables, and then we're going to write a system of equations, and then we're going to solve the system using substitution or elimination, and then we're just going to make sure we answered the question. Okay, so let's read the first one. Boris bought 3 liters of juice and 5 loaves of bread for a total of $17. A month later, he bought 1 liter of juice and 1 loaf of bread at the same price for only $5. How much does each liter of juice and each loaf of bread cost? Okay, first thing we got to define our variables. I'm going to go to the question to see what the two quantities are. It's how much does each liter of juice cost and each loaf of bread cost? So it's the cost of juice and the cost of bread. Okay, so cost. I'm going to use B for cost for bread loaf. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and write a system of equations. So I'm going to reread it and look for an equation this time. And I'm going to use J and B because I selected those for my variables. You could have picked different variables. Okay, Boris bought 3 liters of juice. So that's probably 3J. And he bought 5 loaves of bread. So I think the first equation is 3J plus 5 bread for a total of $17. And then that's going to add up to $17. Okay, that's first equation. I need another one because I have 2 variables. Okay, a month later, he bought 1 liter of juice. So probably 1J or just J, and 1 loaf of bread. Okay, 1J plus 1 bread is $5. Okay, those are my 2 equations. Okay, you don't have to put the 1 there because 1J and J are the same. Okay, we wrote the system of equations. Now we need to solve. Since this is lined up, I'm going to use elimination. If you want to use substitution, you could minus the B, and you would get J equals 5 minus B, and you could do a substitution. That's one way to do it. Okay, so if I would like to do elimination, I think I'm going to cancel the J's. Since this is positive 3J, this would cancel if it was a negative 3J, so I'm going to multiply by negative 3. Okay, first equation stayed the same. Second equation, I multiplied by negative 3, so now I have negative 3J, negative 3B, negative 15. And now hopefully something will cancel. Okay, 3J minus 3J cancels. 5B minus 3B is 2B. 17 minus 15 is 2. Divided by 2, I get B is 1. And then I'm going to go back and get J. You can plug into either equation. It does not matter which one. I'm going to plug it in the second one because it looks easier. J plus B equals 5. J is 4. Now, if you saw it plugged into this equation, you should still get J as 4. Okay, now I have solved this system. Now I'm going to write the answer as a sentence. Okay, so reread the question to make sure you're answering the question. It says, how much does each liter of juice and each loaf of bread cost? Okay, so juice cost. What did I get? I got 4. And what are these? $4. And bread costs. B is 1, so bread costs $1. Okay, when you get to the end, these prices are not necessarily realistic. Bread is probably not $1, but it should be a positive value, and it should be realistic. If it said bread cost $100, it's probably incorrect. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, a family with 2 adults and 3 children attend the fall festival and spend $16 on admission tickets. Another family with 1 adult and 5 children spend $15 on admission tickets. Determine the fall festival price for an adult admission ticket and the price for a children's admission ticket. Okay, let's look for the variables. Normally, that's in the question. Determine the fall festival's price for an adult admission ticket and the price for a child's admission ticket. I'm going to use A for adult admission ticket price. And you do have to write this so I know if your equation's right and so you know what you're solving for. What was the other one? C. Price for a child admission ticket. Okay, now I will go back and read for some equations. Okay, a family with 2 adults and 3 children. So 2 adults and 3 children attended the fall festival and spent $16. Okay, so 2 adults and 3 children's tickets cost $16. Okay, let's see what's next. Another family with 1 adult and 5 children. So 1 adult and 5 children. And you can put the 1 in front of the A, but you don't have to because an adult is the same as 1 adult. Spent 15. Okay, now that I have 2 equations, I can solve. If you would like to use substitution, A is easiest to solve for, so I would minus the 5C over and then plug it in the other. If you use elimination, just see what looks easiest to cancel. 3, 5, 2. The A's look easiest to cancel. This is a positive 2A, so I'm going to try to make this a negative 2A. Since it's 1, I'm going to times by negative 2. Okay, what first equation did not change. Second equation got multiplied by negative 2. And now hopefully something cancels. Okay, 3 minus 10 is negative 7C. 6C minus 30, negative 14. Okay, now I got C is 2. I'm just going to pause. I got a positive answer, so that seems okay. This is price for child ticket, $2. That could be possible. Okay, let's solve for A. You can plug in this equation or this equation. It doesn't matter. I'm going to plug it in the first one this time, but the second one does look a little bit easier to me. Okay, 2A plus 3C equals 16. 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 6 is 10. So for A, I got 5, and since it's positive, it does make me feel somewhat comfortable. Okay, let's write the answer as a sentence. So A was the adult admission ticket price. So adults cost $5. Admission tickets cost $5. Okay, adult admission tickets cost $5. And then what's the price for a child's admission ticket? $2. Okay, let's go ahead and try the next one on the back. Okay, number 3. Lily goes to the store to buy shirts for her class. She buys a total of 15 shirts. If each blue shirt is $3 and each yellow shirt is $2 and she spent a total of $36, how many of each shirt did she buy? So the variables have something to do with her shirts. Okay, let's see what type of shirt she bought. She bought blue shirts and yellow shirts. So let me see. I'm going to make B equal the number of blue shirts and Y will be the number of yellow shirts. Okay, now I'm going to reread it so I can look for the equations. Lily goes to the store to buy shirts for her class. She buys a total of 15 shirts. So the total shirts is 15. I'm going to come back to that equation, but that looks like an equation. Okay, each blue shirt is $3. So this is something with $3 per blue shirt. Each yellow shirt costs $2. And she spent $36. So let me do in a money equation. Okay, it's $3 for blue shirts, $2 for yellow shirts, and she spent $36. Okay, now let me go back to the other equation. She buys a total of 15 shirts. Okay, she bought blue shirts and yellow shirts. So if she adds her blue and yellow shirts, she should get 15, which means she might have got 10 and 5, or she might have got 4 and 4, not 4 and 4, 4 and 11, or she might have got 15 and 0. Okay, now that I have my equations, I'm going to go ahead and solve. Substitution's fine, elimination's fine. If you do elimination, you cancel the b's or the y's. I'm going to cancel the y's because they're smaller, but if you solve differently, we get the same answer. Since this is positive 2y, I'm going to make this negative 2y. And if you're doing it differently, go ahead and solve it. We'll get the same answer. Okay, I canceled the y's. I got 1b equals 6, which means b is 6. If you want to divide by 1, you can. It's not necessary because I know b is 6. Okay, you can plug it in either equation. I'm going to plug it in the second equation because it looks easier. You get the same answer both ways. So b plus y is 15 minus 6. Okay, I got y is 9, and we normally get positive answers. And because this is the number of shirts, I should not get decimals. So let me go ahead and answer the question. How many of each shirt did she buy? B is blue shirts, Y is yellow shirts. Okay, so she bought, B is blue shirts. She bought 6 blue shirts, and Y is yellow shirts, and 9 yellow shirts. And you don't have to check it all the way, but it should make sense. I didn't get decimals, I didn't get negatives. And she bought a total of 15 shirts, so 6 plus 9 is 15, so that seems reasonable. Okay, last example 4. A bouquet of lilies and tulips has 12 flowers. Lily costs $3 each, and tulips cost $2 each. The bouquet cost $32. How many of each type of flower is in the bouquet? So I need the types of flowers. What do we have? We have lilies and tulips. So L is the number of lilies. I'm going to use T for the number of tulips. And if you want to use X and Y, that's totally fine. Okay, let me write the equations. Okay, a bouquet of lilies and tulips is 12 flowers. There's 12 flowers. So however many lilies plus the tulips, that's got to be 12. And that just means it could be 10 and 2. Could be 6 and 6, not sure. Okay, let's read the next one. Lilies cost $3. $3 per lily, $2 per tulip. So this is the money equation. $3 per lily, 2 for tulip equals the money, $32. Okay, let's solve. You can cancel the L's or the T's. I'm going to cancel the L's this time, even though I would rather cancel the T's. Okay, since this is a blank L, this is a 3L, I'm going to multiply by -3. If you did it differently, stay with your way, we'll get the same answer. 3L. Okay, what cancels? The L's cancel for me. Be careful on your signs. This is -1T, -4. If I canceled the T's, I wouldn't have gotten the negative here. Okay, it's okay to have a negative here, but for my final answer, I should get positive. So I got T as 4, which seems reasonable because it's positive and it's not a decimal for the number of tulips. Okay, and then you can plug it in either equation. I'm going to plug it in the first one. Lilies plus tulips equals 12. Okay, let me answer the question. What is it? How many of each type of flower are in the bouquet? Okay, what is T? T is tulips. There are 4 tulips. And L is lilies, 8 lilies. Okay, and you don't have to check it, but just make sure it's reasonable. You can't have negative tulips. I didn't. You can't have decimals on the number of flowers. And there were a total of 12 flowers, so 4 plus 8 is 12, and that makes sense.